Welcome back. And tonight, we travel to a small medieval town where the smell of fresh bread fills the air, and where being a baker was much stranger than you might imagine. Imagine waking up long before sunrise, not at 6 a.m., not at 5 a.m., but around midnight. That was the daily reality for Thomas, a medieval baker living in England around the year 1350. While everyone else slept peacefully beneath wool blankets, Thomas was already hard at work. The town depended on him. Without bakers, there would be no fresh bread. And without bread, medieval people became very unhappy very quickly. Bread wasn't just food, it was life. A typical person in medieval England ate bread with almost every meal. Rich people enjoyed fine white bread made from expensive wheat. Poorer families ate darker bread made from barley or rye. Thomas knew this better than anyone. Every evening he prepared large sacks of flour. Then, after a very short sleep, he rose in darkness to begin baking. His workshop was hot, very hot. The massive stone oven consumed enormous amounts of firewood. In summer, working near it felt like standing beside a small volcano. And yet Thomas had little choice. The bread had to be ready before sunrise. As he mixed flour and water together, he didn't have modern measuring cups. Everything depended on experience. Too much water and the dough became sticky. Too little and the bread became hard as a rock. Occasionally, customers complained anyway. One customer might accuse him of making loaves too small. Another might claim the bread tasted strange. A third might simply enjoy complaining. Some things never change. In medieval towns, bakers were watched very carefully. Bread prices were often controlled by law. Officials regularly inspected loaves to ensure bakers weren't cheating customers. If Thomas sold underweight bread, he could face serious punishment. Sometimes bakers were fined, sometimes they were publicly embarrassed. And in rare cases, dishonest bakers were paraded through town, to everyone's amusement. Needless to say, Thomas tried very hard not to become entertainment. Despite the challenges, being a baker had advantages. Everyone knew him. Every morning, townspeople gathered near his shop. News spread quickly.